Vortex tube A, B and C briefly for less than 7 seconds. Pipette 9 microliters from tube A into the smaller tubes 1 to 6. Add 1 microliter from tube B into each of the smaller tubes labelled 1 to 3. Add 1 microliter from tube C into each of the smaller tubes labelled 4 to 6. Vortex all of the smaller tubes for less than 3 seconds. Incubate the tubes 1 to 6 at 7 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes and then 10 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. You may use a PCR machine or 2 water baths for this step. 6 labelled chloramphenicol plates inverted in incubator at 37 degrees Celsius until needed for protocol 3. Do not stack the plates on top of each other. Put 540 microliters of E. coli competent cells into an Eppendorf and slushy ice. Pipette 90 microliters of E. coli competent cells into each of the 2 ml Eppendorfs labelled 1 to 6 on slushy ice. Pipette 5 microliters from each of the coloured tubes labelled 1 to 6 into the corresponding 2 ml Eppendorfs labelled 1 to 6, each containing 90 microliters of competent cells. Incubate on slushy ice for 5 to 10 minutes with a minimum of 5 minutes. Heat shock each of the tubes at 42 degrees Celsius for 45 to 60 seconds. Place the Eppendorfs on slushy ice immediately for 5 minutes, then remove from the slushy ice. Add 1 ml of LB liquid media to each of the Eppendorfs. Ensure that the Eppendorfs are closed tightly. Tape the Eppendorfs horizontally to the bottom of a beaker. Casually, incubate shaking at 37 degrees Celsius for 60 to 90 minutes. Centrifuge tubes 1 to 6 at 4000 rpm for 3 minutes. At this point, you may remove the chloramphenicol plates labelled 1 to 6 from the incubator. Without disturbing the pellet of cells, remove 980 microliters of the supernatant from tubes 1 to 6. Resuspend the pellet. There should be less than 120 microliters present. Plate the remaining solution in the tube onto the corresponding plates. Spread the solution either by using glass beads or a hockey stick. Incubate the plates inverted and singly at 37 degrees Celsius overnight. Under the UV light box, count the green colonies. Under the UV light box or natural light, count the red colonies.